Get out of here. That's not an offer. You're just trying to steal it.
Dude, is that the piece of junk you bought?
Yes, it is.
I can't believe it must have cost you a fortune to get it running again. But like you say, if you're gonna buy it,
gotta steal it.
do you want anything?
Yeah, give me a Mountain Dew.
Do you think anyone's gonna watch this shit?
Hey, I said a Mountain Dew. This is a squirt.
That's all they had.
Well, only assholes drink squirt.
Well, drink up.
So as you're following these, you make your money when you... How do we know what this thing is going to be for? All the money. We need to know the model. Then let's put it down as good. And in the end, what your profit is going to be, all right? Well, it's sold, and it's sold without even having to advertise. But let's go back here for a moment. When I bought this, the individual whom I bought it from said, well, it just needed a timing set. Well, we learned much more, which is part of this channel, that the seller is always lying. And this is a classic example of it right here. And of course, there's a ton of things that the seller didn't disclose either. And I had to tow it literally out of the body shop of where it was being stored. But thank God it was being stored in an auto body shop. They didn't close the windows on the truck, so we had all that auto body dust, all that primer, everything was coated in the interior. Wasn't that great? But does it really matter when you get something like this for $800? An 08 F-150 under 200,000 miles for $800. Now, when I towed it back from that body shop over to my shop, well, it was quite clear that we needed a lot more in the engine compartment than just a timing set, that's for sure. Air filter cartridge. Supposed to be clamps here. Those clamps are broke off. So when I opened up the hood here, this was laying right here, right on top of the battery. That I just got done pulling off. And she is just toasted. Take your fingernail and see if you can hear that on the mic. Get these pulled out. This turns as the crank on the engine turns, and it kind of squishes the oil and pushes it through the engine. This is spinning, you know, at a ridiculous rate. Everything is grooved. All kinds of crap, debris. This guy must not have had any oil pressure whatsoever. So as he was saying that it just needed a new timing set. So this is what we found right here. This is called a roller follower. Notice that this is all just completely eaten away. So right here is one that's working. Got a little nice roller bearing right here. It's a whole bunch of little needle bearings inside of here. And once this gives out, then it starts going under and then starts running sideways and then shoots out from underneath the lifter. So we have the passenger cam right here. And this is where it gave out right there. So this cam is shot. And then you can see also all this scoring that is going on where the cam caps sit on top. Then here is the driver's side, and then these are even worse. So he got this truck from a dealer in 2021, and somewhere in mid 2023, from the records and everything that I've pulled up, that in mid 2023 is when this went kittywampus. Lifter itself, the top of it had already broken off because that's how violent it was. Now from the factory, this comes with the infamous 5.43 valve that everybody says is just an awful engine. Well, actually it's not. If you put the correct upgraded timing set in here, the correct cams, the correct updated lifters and followers, this thing is an Iron Duke engine, and you have to change your oil every 3,000 miles. Not 5, not 7, not 10, don't care what the manufacturer has on the bottle. 3,000 miles. This will last forever. But it's not shot, all right? Then what I had found is the timing actually on the bank one on this right hand side right here. Now keep in mind that when you're sitting in the vehicle, you're ordering parts, you're facing this way. So this is left, that is right, bank one, bank two. So bank one right here, that timing was absolutely perfect. Off of here, that's it. Didn't need to remove the whole pump. Didn't need to remove the air conditioner pump. Didn't need to take the valve covers off. It just as simple as I showed you. And if you're having this issue, so you have the crank, that's where your pistons hook up to. On the front of that crank, the gear for both timing sets runs through there. Then you have the reluctor wheel that goes on, and then of course you have the timing cover that goes over the top of that, and then you have the harmonic balancer. All right. What was different from compared to over the years that I did different? Well, normally the bottom gear that's on the crank usually doesn't need to be, well actually I've never had to replace one, all right? Even though I've gotten them in the kits, you look at the new one, you look at the old one, the old one doesn't have any wear on it. They don't wear down there. So that is what I started to think about. Now this went on for over a week as I'm just working this through my head. So I took the old gear, I removed the timing set, took all that off of the crank. I put the old timing gear back on, the reluctor wheel, and then put the harmonic balancer on without the timing cover. And I made a measurement, made sure that it was tight where everything needs to be, and the reluctor wheel was sitting nice and tight. All right. Go back, remove that all, and take the Ford OEM, the brand new gear, slide that on, put the reluctor wheel on, and put the harmonic balancer on. And Lordy B, we found the problem. The chain was perfect, but what had happened is and the first time that I've seen this, is that the chain guide, the chain somehow ended up on top of that. So that would have been just, plastic grinding against metal. You would have known that there was an issue here, okay? And I'm going to make the assumption, just from what I'm seeing, that he knew that and then kept on driving it until the roller follower finally chewed itself up and shot itself out, where it was misfiring so badly that you couldn't drive it anymore. The problem here is that dipshit drove it for so long that way, knowing that there was an issue. So why did I go through all this time and make this channel trailer for you? Well, we're gonna have some fun, all right? Number one, we're gonna have some fun doing this. And there's some crazy stuff that happens in the car flipping business, and I want you to come along to see some of the silliness, some of the stupidity, and, well, sometimes the failures. Sometimes you gotta haul them to the junkyard. It is just the way it is. But we're gonna show you how to buy them. We're gonna show you how to fix them. We're gonna show you what it takes on how to nowadays make a proper selling description. It's like you've never seen before. It's in our first episode. You've never seen anything like it. And it works. Stops all the questions. They get there, they can jump in, they drive it, cash in your hand. You've eliminated all the problems with my new selling technique. And if you subscribe, you will be. Go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll be first in line when the first video hits for the Flipper Guy. That's our channel. I'm gonna show you also what to do for taxes. I'm gonna show you what to do with your titling, depending on the state. Now, we're also gonna show you way on the stuff they don't show you on these other channels. I'm gonna show it to you. You're gonna see the whole enchilada, everything from when they plant the corn all the way to when you flush the toilet. I'm gonna cover all that for you, and once again, we're gonna have some fun doing it. Now, after we got all the auto body gook out of the interior, well, then we had a second hurdle to jump on over, and that is that the previous owner who had the truck was a painter. And of course, the whole interior had paint all over it. But we got that handled. So to hold your spot for the first two opening episodes and the other future episodes, subscribe. Go ahead, do it. It don't cost anything. Have some fun. Let's learn some stuff, all right?